Nightbreed says, how often was Eazy E strapped, to the best of your knowledge?
I never saw Eazy with a gun. Outside of being at HQ in the Carson Mall.
Tell that story again. We've talked about it years ago, but tell it again. That's a great story.
Jerry Heller had booked us all, N.W.A, Eazy E, Wrecking Crew, all on a tour. And I was in the Carson Mall, the South Bay Pavilion, as it's called right now. I'm in the Carson Mall, and they had a store called HQ. And usually when we go to the mall, back then when you went to the airport, you would be dressed, man. We get dressed to go to the airport. So I'm going to buy me some new shit. So I hop on the plane. I touch down in the city. I'm going to be clean as a chitlin, okay? And I walk past HQ, and I see Dre and Eazy and all them. They in HQ. They got guns and shit, man. They checking out pistols and rifles and shit. I said, what y'all doing? We going on tour. Nigga, we going on the same tour. What tour y'all going on? Vietnam? Because we going on the same damn tour. I don't need all that shit. I had never needed a gun or anything like that on tour. I'm like, what tour the fuck y'all going on? Vietnam or some foreign shit, some army shit? Because I'm going to make some music and have some fun. And that's the only time I could recall seeing him with a gun, other than the video with him with the gun on, showing how to shoot it and blah, blah, blah. But I can't recall him ever having a gun around here.
Love that story, man. And that story's gotten twisted, turned, and misconstrued in so many ways. And there's even a story out there that you taught them how to shoot a gun, but they're referring to this story right here, right?
I ain't never been, only guns we ever shot was paintball guns. And Eazy wasn't, he never made it to the paintball. Oh, and that's right, Eazy had a paintball gun. That goes back to that crazy ass paintball gun story. He carried that paintball gun everywhere he went till the police took it from him when they almost killed him and Dre going down the 105 on the 101 freeway shooting.
Tell that again, because we haven't talked about that in a minute either. Can you break that story down again?
This is why I think they wrote "Fuck the Police." They where I live at is not far from the 101 freeway, which is right by the 405, and one exit past the 405 is Torrance Boulevard. Audio Achievements is right down the street. It's on Torrance Boulevard, a few blocks from the freeway. And they was going back and forth on a regular basis. So one day, they come to the house sweating and damn near crying and nervous and shook up. And what's wrong with y'all, man? Fuck the police, man. They didn't do us like that, man. What happened, man? Man, fuck the police. They never do us like that, man. What happened? They finally told me, man, all we did was ride down the street with the paintball gun to shoot us some cars. Did what? They ride down the street sticking a sawed-off paintball gun out the window, shooting at cars. People are seeing this shit, and it's fucking up traffic. And what they did not realize is the same exit that they get off on Torrance Boulevard. It's a highway patrol station right there. So you got all this highway patrol activity, and they drew down on them like they was robbing a bank, man. They said they put the guns in their ears, the whole 9 yards. They kicked them around a little bit, and man, they was really upset. They was highly disturbed, as I should say. And I always felt that was the reason why they wrote the song "Fuck the Police," because that's all they said that day was "Fuck the police," man. They didn't do us like that, man. Y'all lucky to be alive.
Man, I know exactly what you're talking about too. Lucky to be alive. Ice Cube, Chicago Business says, Ice Cube said in an interview that's why they made F the Police after the paintball gun incident. It violated Dre's probation, and he had to turn himself into jail every weekend. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that, but that's very possible. I don't remember that, but very possible.
Well, tell everyone, you got Dre out of a couple of jams. And you ended up taking your father's advice and not getting him out of a third jam. Right. I know the story's been told before, but tell it again, man. Break it down. My
old man was a cool dude, man, but he had his rules. He said, look, he's living like a nigga, always going back and forth to jail. You got 2 times. I'm going to get you out of jail 2 times. Third time, you're on your own. And I'm like, why? He says, because if I understand you're going to make a mistake and you make a mistake, I'll come get you. The second time, you might not have learned from that mistake. Second time, I still come get you. Third time, you're being stupid. You got to learn for yourself. And that was one of the same philosophies I implemented dealing with Dre, because nobody else had a problem with going to jail but Dre. And in the movie Straight Outta Compton, when they see him get out of jail from Compton jailhouse, where Eazy got him out of jail, I got him out twice already. He had bought a car from me, a RX-7. He loved flying down the street and not paying the tickets. He wouldn't go to court for shit. And then the tickets turned into warrants. And back then, a warrant wasn't but $160, but because everything else was so cheap, that was a lot of money. So I got him out the first time. We had to go to court. We had to go on tour. I had to get him out. The second time, I'm like, dude, I got him out again. I think I got him out again. Yeah, I got him out again because we had to do some other stuff. The third time he went to jail, I said, nah, it was on a Friday too. Nah, I can't mess with you this time, Doc. We ain't got no studio time to do. We ain't got nowhere to go. You must like being in jail. So then he called up. He had his girlfriend call up Eazy. She got him out. So, and that's how that whole Eazy E, Dr. Dre connection became tighter, because he felt that I betrayed him by not getting him out of jail.
And then the rest is history. Damn.
Rest is history.
Yeah, D Minor has a great question. He says, did Ice Cube help in writing the Fly and Wrecking Crew blues?
No.
Break down those songs. Talk to us about the Fly and Wrecking Crew blues.
The Fly, I was talking about the Fly the other day. I was listening to Jesse Johnson's Free World, and we had just finished our album for CBS, turned it in, and Lark said, it's a good album, but you're missing that. You need something more like you need one more song like the Free World. And like Free World by Jesse Johnson. And Free World, he says, yeah, bring me a Free World and we'll wrap this up. We went to the studio, cut this image in 2 days. If you play Free World and play The Fly, that motherfucker sound just alike. Talking about some interpolation, some Robin Thicke shit. Shit. He was on some Robin Thicke shit right then, okay? They mixed perfectly. The sound sounded like The Fly, Jesse Johnson, and one song by Egyptian Lover. They go perfectly hand in motherfucking hand, as what's his name would say. Yes. I'm a freakaholic.
Okay, freakaholic.
Freakaholic by Egyptian Lover, The Fly, and Jesse Johnson's Free World. If you put them on the turntable, and you can remix the shit out of them, because they all sound just alike. Same sounds. Same syncopation, everything, tempo, everything.
Love it. Keep those questions coming, guys. You guys have some great questions, and I'm copying and pasting all of them.